So today was pretty mellow. The guy who was yelling yesterday at the bank ATM technician, there's a drive up lane. Like he, he was like very calm today. I was like, oh, maybe he's just doing some drugs yesterday. But he walked up calmly to me and like showed me his pipe. And he's holding it like this. He's like, hey, look at this. Like he's holding it like almost like a gun for a second, but it was a crystal methamphetamine pipe. I'm like, oh, okay, well, thanks for not yelling at anybody today. Like he had a Christmas light ornament, like the diagonal lights, the ones that are like the angled ones, not the round bulbs. It's just like I don't know what to say. People just do all this funny stuff. Like one guy walked through with a balaclava on his head and like changed his balaclava off and scratched out all his hair and changed his socks and left his socks there and like used hand sanitizer on his feet. It's just drugs, man. There's drugs all around banks. For some reason, people are like, there's something where they need to like feel like they can be near the bank when they're doing drugs. Like they're like confronting the fact that it's like their assertion that they're still part of human society. You're not fooling anyone. No, you're not. You're being mammals right now. I don't know. I don't know what they have going on and what they're thinking about. The guy who had with his stick was like all taped up. It looked like a Rafiki stick from The Lion King. So that was about it. Not much else happened. Uh, the ATM ate some lady's ATM card and she like was distraught about it. I haven't seen that happen before. Heard of it happening, but when it happened, right there, she was like, "What? What? I'm switching banks." It's not even the bank; it's some other third-party company. But like, you can't like explain all these different things to people when they're in the middle of just being mad at the bank. Like, I'm a security guard. I'm outside, work for a different business. I just go, oh, ma'am, I don't know. You can call. There's a phone number. You can go in the bank. She's like, "You're no help." Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. Hope you have a better day. Like there's nothing. I just act as nincompoop as possible. So that's it. Middle of the day at the bank. Um, I don't know. These guys get the schedule down though. They like start showing off their drug paraphernalia when the other plaza security leaves. They like walk around the bank. They're like, "Oh, here's our drug pipes," because it's 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then I'm there from 8:45 to 5:15, and then the nighttime guy there for the plaza around the bank is there from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. So there's this little gap in the plaza from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. where they just like have free reign. The cops can't do anything. I mean, they do once in a while. They'll sit someone down and be like, I don't know what they're saying. They're like on the other side of the plaza. They're like, the same guy who's showing me his pipe today was yelling at the ATM technician yesterday. The pipe yesterday he had was the size of a soup ladle. Like it was this big old thing. It was crazy. And I called the police and ma'am, we have a guy with a methamphetamine pipe the size of a soup ladle running at our ATM technician and yelling. She's like, oh, well, we'll see if we can get someone over there. I'm like, okay, okay. I don't know if he was yelling. Like, I was like, okay, and to qualify, I don't know what he was thinking, but walking towards him is when he started yelling. Like, why? Like, why was I walking towards him? So, I'm not sure that he was yelling at the ATM guy. I wasn't trying to make him sound like a worse factor in the plaza than he was, but, telling the cops the truth and just seeing how they respond usually is just like, well, sorry that that's going on, but we have other stuff we do have to get to. Maybe someone will drive by. And so they drive by, but they have like other stuff to do, like through the plaza. I'm like, hey, hey. It's really not. There's not much I'm probably ever gonna call the police about. In general, just something like that where I don't know. That's like going over the line. Someone needs to control themselves. Getting that close to an open ATM machine, like the door was open where the cash is, but he wasn't the cash truck. He's the technician machine truck. So every place is different. I work at one place. a different part of the county sometimes. It's an armed post because it's right on the sidewalk. But people, when we leave, they jump up on the bar roof. They climb across the overhang and they get onto the bank top roof. And you can see them on security camera. They smoke crack and methamphetamine up on the roof. And there's security camera under security camera, and there's like zero that happens. They just hang out there. I don't know. It would be crazy if somebody went up there, had a heart attack, and then their family sued for. That's not really an attractive nuisance. Like they have to climb up over. There's like Constantino wire at the bar. And there's an overhang where there used to be a drive-through for the ATMs. It's sad, but then they'll like drop their crack pipes down on people. That's weird. Just like a crack pipe falling out of nowhere if you're walking by, like trying to go to a restaurant or something. Probably make for an odd evening. On the roof of the bank. What will they think of next? It's just they know everybody's done doing business around 6 or so at every bank. With a Planet, and like that's a good rooftop to get onto. Nobody's thinking that they're stealing anything. I imagine that, like, I've heard of burglaries that have gone through rooftops where people take like chainsaws or like rotary saws. I imagine that banks have like better alarms than other businesses, but I saw a documentary where a weed dispensary got burglarized like that. I've seen jewelry stores that go into the roof. I think the people who get up on the bank though are just crackheads, because everybody else feels like they don't know if it's a federal issue or not, and they're not just gonna like do something that big without better planning, and probably better planning for a bank robbery wouldn't entail chainsawing through the ceiling. So there's your BPO story for the day.